Okay. I got my windshield for my Honda State Line. And a couple things you got to do before you... Let me see what you can see over here. Yeah, okay, I got to get the rubber grommets off of these brackets and put them through these holes. Let me do that. I'm going to take a second. There's one. They give you the tool. Oh, this is a Memphis shades, by the way. And I got it from Dennis Kirk. They're really helpful people. They made a mistake and they shipped us the wrong thing the other day, and they made it right within a few minutes. I had a new one on the way, and they sent it to me before I had returned the wrong one, so they're trusting. And yeah, it made a mistake really easy to handle, which I didn't have a problem with them making a mistake at all. As you know, I was a little anxious to get that job done. I sure hope this makes a difference, because it was cold the other day, and it was not enjoyable riding with all that cold wind in my face, even though I had I don't even know what you call it, something that covers your face up, but baklava or something like that. And it wasn't much help. The wind was getting underneath it and making me very cold. All right, now, I'm not sure what side these go on. Yeah, that would be, okay. There we go, that's how that works. This is really a very simple operation. Yeah, I thought my motorcycle riding days were over. Just because of all the problems we've had physically, health-wise. And you know, here's the thing. I can sit around and hurt in my recliner or in my shop, just like I can sit around and hurt on the motorcycle and get some enjoyment out of the hurt. I'm gonna hurt regardless, no matter what I'm doing. So I've decided I'm just gonna try to enjoy life as much as I can and deal with the pain the way I've always dealt with it. It doesn't seem to make me hurt any more than normal. Although I have hit a couple of bumps that knocked the breath out of me. That was in Louisiana though. Texas roads are, that's the one thing I gotta give Texas. Texas has got 10 times better roads than Louisiana. They're trying to, in Louisiana, they're trying to pass sports betting. And they're saying it will help us build better roads. Well, if I recall, they passed gambling in Louisiana and they used the same ploy. It'll help build better roads. And not a single person saw a single improvement on a single road with all that money they said that was going to make road improvements from gambling. And now they're using the same ploy to pass sports betting. All right, so I got the brackets on the windshield. Now let me move you over her, right her. And I'll try, I think I'll do it, put you over on this side. And I will try to stay out of the way as much as possible. All right, let me get all the clamps. You know what? I may move these lights down. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move these lights down here so I can get my windshield bracket as high as possible. So let me stop the camera and I'll get that done, because this is not about that. It's just 2 bolts and they slide down, so no big deal. So I'll stop the camera and I'll get that done. Yeah, remember what I said about this being a piece of cake? Yeah, well, don't pay any attention to me. Okay, I had to take this completely off. And this bracket here, which bolts right here, I had to take that off. Now I got to take this lens, where is it? I got to undo that screw, take this lens off, and slip the fat end through this here to get it on this side of all the cables. So I'm almost there now. I got my screwdriver. I'm gonna pull that lens off, and then I'll get this threaded up through there. I hope the other side's not as bad. All right, there's one. Boy, it was a lot more involved than I thought it was. Now let me get over on the other side and move that one down. Then I can start putting the brackets on. Yeah, this side, the left side of the bike when you're sitting on it, was much easier. All I did was drop that bracket, wiggle this wire out of it, put this back on, and shove this through, clamp it back on. Took 5 minutes, and this one took 20 minutes. Okay, now I can start putting the clamps on. Okay, here we go. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm probably gonna have to put them in the first slot. What you have here is slots that you got to slide this end in, and it was in the second slot, so I'll try the first one. The second slot, I couldn't get the bolt to screw in. Yeah. That took a little doing. Yeah, the first slot is the one that got to go in. So all I'm going to do here is just catch these screws. I'm not going to sock them down. Boy, I tell you, this is a lot harder to do than the one I did for my wife. There we go. Do not cross thread. Jeez, it's aluminum. That would be real easy to cross thread. So that's roughly where I want it. Now, let me go around and do the other two on the other side. It really is a very simple procedure. They make it just stupid simple. I say that, but you know, it's not beyond me screwing it up. All right, first slot. Now let me try this the other way. Jeez. I may have to get me a screwdriver. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a screwdriver. Boy, it does not want to. Well, there we go. I think I got it that time. Yeah, I didn't have to use a screwdriver, which is good because I sure didn't want to scratch anything. Good Lord, I'm Butterfingers. Jeez. got arthritis in my hands, and sometimes it sure does make it hard to hang on to stuff. And on the, God, I can't believe it, I dropped. This is why, one of the reasons I stopped making knives for a while is to give my hands a break. My hands are just killing me. Okay, well, I was doing it wrong. In the instructions, they tell you, you know, they give you a diagram. Let me loosen this up before I forget it. Showing you, you know, how to place these, because there's definitely, you got to place it where these things are to the outside and facing forward, or else it won't work. All right, now I got them basically on. I'm going to get the windshield. I'm going to catch the top on both of these. I'm going to slide the bottoms up. Get around the other side. Okay. It is up as high as it'll go. I want it out as far as it'll go. I'm going to tighten everything up. Now I'm going to tighten the top clamps up, the ones that clamp to the forks. I'm going to do the other side, top clamp. Now bottom clamps I'm going to push up as hard as I can, tighten them up. Now the adjustments, tighten them up. Tighten these to hold the windshield on, up. That's it. It's that simple. Now, I may lower this a good bit, and here's the reason. Let me get you off the tripod. if I sit in this bike and this windshield hits me right in the middle of my eyes, I can't move it up anymore. So what I can do is move it down about 3 inches where the majority of the wind will go up over me, but I'm not looking through this at the road, you know. This is very, it will distort. Here, let me throw a leg over. And no, it's perfect. I'm looking over it. I think it's perfect. Yeah. You were right about where my eyes are. I'll tell you what, I'm going to ride it around a little bit. That might be okay. If not, I'll drop it down about 2 inches. Yeah, this is where my eyes are. Okay, that was a very simple install. Of course, I didn't make it look easy because I have fumble fingers and I drop stuff. And I didn't realize I was going to have to drop the turn signals, although it probably said it somewhere in the instructions. But that was a fairly simple thing. This was the hard side. That was the easy side. So tomorrow, my wife and we're probably going to go for a little ride. Put her windshield on. That come out nice. She likes the height. It's perfect for her. Got her license plate on. I just called about my license plate, and she hasn't even applied for the plate yet, so I don't know why she told me she mailed it when she hadn't even applied for it. I've been sitting here waiting on it. Okay, that's it. Memphis shades. I bought it through Dennis Kirk. Really cool people, good price. They sent the right parts. It was very well packaged, and it was a incredibly simple install. I'm not a terribly bright fella. If I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. Well, I just took it for a ride, and it is exactly where I don't want the top of the windshield. So I'm limited how far I can lower it by the headlight. That's probably 5/8 of an inch. So I think what I'm going to do is lean it back a little bit and then lower it as far as it'll go, because it's right exactly where I don't want it. As far as vision wise, I'm looking right through the top edge of this, and that's just not good. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lean it back some, and I'm going to lower it. I'm going to try to get 1.5 inches out of it, 1.25 inches lower, and that will be fine. So otherwise, it's great. Well, that is how much I moved it down. I got it just a hair off the headlight. And I did have to move these. You know, I thought, well, hell, I didn't have to move them anyway. But yeah, I did. Otherwise, this would be in the way here. So I did have to move them to the bottom, which, as I said, was no big deal. It took a little longer on this side just because I had to remove a couple of more things. But that's on, and that should keep, 45–50% of the wind off my chest and face, or at least make some of it go over me. That's the tallest windshield they make too, 21 inches. And it's still not tall enough, but I will live with it. It's better than no windshield. All right, tomorrow we ride. All right, this is my wife's homemade bad wiring license plate hanger, which has caught on everything. And I'm fixing to take it off. I'm fixing to put a very nice license plate holder right here. And I have some lights that are going to hold it on, the red lights that will light up. And I'm going to use this wire. I have followed this wire up here, and it goes down there, and it actually does connect right into the original wiring. So I know that's the right wire. So I'm going to cut cable ties off. I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to take this off. And then I'm going to drill a couple holes here to match. These were the old foot peg holes. See, this thing is designed to go on the axle nut. But I'll tell you what, when you buy stuff and you inquire as to fitment on your motorcycle. They could care less if it really fits. They just want to sell you something. And of course, there's no way on earth it fits here. There's just nothing to bolt it to. This isn't even the nut side of the axle. The nut is on the other side, which you can't put your license plate on that side. It has to be on this side. So, I'm going to fix it. Since we're not ever going to have foot pegs here, I'm going to mount it right there and put some lights on it, and I'll have this wire come out behind here. I can actually feel it back here, so it's going to work out just great. All right, let me get this off and get some holes drilled on this, and I'll show you what I got. Well, I tell you, there's been a whole lot of hands on this thing, and each one messed it up a little bit more. That's where the old bracket was. This is where the new bracket was supposed to go, and on the website they guaranteed this was a perfect fit for that, and of course it's not. So I've had to do a little engineering on this side to get this to fit, but I finally got it. I'm gonna tighten this back up, and we're done. Oh, I had some lights that that's gonna take two hands. I had some lights that I was gonna put here and use that wire to illuminate them. But when I was tightening down the nuts on the stems that came out from the lights, the stems broke off. So I'm glad it happened. So she's gonna be illegal. She's not going to have a light on her license plate. But we only drive during the day. We don't ride at night. So that's not going to be a problem unless there's some cop that is just determined to find a reason to write a 67-year-old lady. Okay. It's done. And the bolts have Loctite on them, so they ain't going nowheres. Come on. Come on, kitty kitty. Come on. I know you're hungry. Kitty kitty kitty. Come on. Come on. 8 years. You have been a stray cat for 8 years. Almost 9 now. And when I bought this place, I promised I would feed you every day. Come on, kitty kitty. Not gonna happen, huh? All right, I'm gonna leave you alone.